You're also the world's third richest person. How does it feel to be wealthy? What does money mean to you?
See, Rajbhai, these rankings and numbers do not matter to me. These are only media hype. I'm a first generation entrepreneur who had to build everything from scratch. I get my thrills from handling challenges, and the bigger they are, the happier I am. For me, the opportunity and ability to make a difference in the lives of people and contribute to the growth and building of the nation is far more satisfying and important than being on some wealth ranking or a valuation list. I am thankful to God that He has given me a great opportunity to serve the nation through infrastructure building.
What makes this year so special for you?
It was an exceptional year in many ways. We have built a business model where we start a business from scratch, make it profitable. We also become India's second largest cement manufacturers. When we acquired ACC and Ambuja Cements, it is the largest acquisition we have ever made. And it is also India's largest ever M&A transactions in the infrastructure and a material space.
Now, you talked of happiness. Can you add a little bit? Can you define what really makes you happy?
Personally speaking, this was the biggest year of my life. This year, I celebrated my 60th birthday. This personal milestone apart, on this occasion, my family committed rupees 60,000 crores to the Adani Foundations to support mainly three social causes, which is close to my heart: educations, healthcare, and skill development, which are foundational for any nation. This has given me immense satisfactions and happiness, which no professional achievement can ever give.
So, Gautam, let's explore this further. What motivates you when you do business or in life itself?
As an ordinary man, the courage, strength, resilience, and tenacity of the average Indians are very inspiring and motivating for me. To share with you, at the second edition of our Green Talk series, I was greatly moved by the stories of Arunima Sinha and Kiran Kanodia, two extraordinary women who unfortunately lost their limbs but yet conquered the world. Arunima climbed Mount Everest, and Kiran, a blade runner, is running marathons. Both are incredible women and the pride of India. They are the real heroes of a Naya India. Their stories moved me so much that I had tears in my eyes. I'm truly humbled by their spirit. Could there be anything more motivating than such courage, valor, and determinations in the face of adversity? Seeing their story, my belief is further reinforced that there is no machine stronger than human beings. Such human stories are the biggest source of motivation for me.
That's truly inspiring. I want to turn to business now. And let's look at the logic behind your group's phenomenal expansion in infrastructure as well as in new areas.
I was born in a middle class family and I lived through the 90s, 70s, and 80s when we had to struggle for Bijli, Sadak, and Pani. That was a time when India had a huge infrastructure deficit in ports, airports, and many other infrastructure areas. In contrast, China, which also became independent around the same time as India and had lower per capita income than India in 1990, began leapfrogging ahead of India in development. All this issue instilled a huge desire in me to do whatever I could do to transform India, particularly in infrastructures, and make India stronger. Meanwhile, starting from 1991, policy changes created an enabling environment for the entry of the private sector in the infrastructure space. This is why I am determined to use every opportunity to build a world-class infrastructures and facilities for India and Indians.
Gautam bhai, your phenomenal growth in the past decade has demonstrated that. What is your management style? What is your mantra for success?
See, all our businesses are run by our professionals and competent CEOs. I do not interfere in their day-to-day functioning. My role is limited to formulating a strategy, capital allocations, and their performance review. It is for this reason that I have time to manage such a large and diverse organizations, but also incubate several new businesses and also look for new opportunities for acquisitions.
Now, switching topics a bit and coming more to looking at ahead and the reality, what is the state of the Indian economy and how do you see India's growth in the year ahead?
In our 75 years of independence, it took us 58 years to get to our first $1 trillion of GDP. 12 years to get to the next trillion, and just 5 years for the third trillion. But now, if you look at our pace of social and economic reforms, I see India adding $1 trillion to its GDP every 12 to 18 months within the next decade. I'm very optimistic about the growth and the prosperity of India. This optimism comes from the fact that in 2050, we'll have a young India of 1.6 billion people with a median age of 38. We'll also have the world's largest middle class population. This demographic dividend, combined with the largest middle class, will spur growth and prosperity in India and making it a $30 trillion economy. So clearly, this century belongs to India.